Right, students? Okay. Now let us try to solve the problems which are on the pressure. We are discussing about the pressure topic. In that pressure topic, already we have discussed about the definition of the pressure and formula and SI units of the pressure. Now let us try to solve some example problems on pressure topic. Okay. Now let us see the first question. First problem. Calculate the pressure produced when a force of 5 newtons is applied over an area of 10 square meters. Okay, so this is the problem. So now let us solve this problem. Solution. Now see here. First of all, see the problem. In this, we have to observe what data they have given. First of all, we have to observe. Okay. Now let us see here. In this one, calculate the pressure. Pressure we have to calculate. Okay, produce when a force of 5 newtons. That means the force value they have given. The force value they have given as the first of all we have to write given that. Okay. Now, what is that? What they have given? Given that force F is equals to 5 newtons. Okay. Next one is applied over an area of 10 square meters. That means they have given the area also. Area A is equals to 10 square meters. What we have to find out? We have to find out the word pressure. So find the pressure P is equals to how much? So this is the given data. From this we have to solve the problem. We know that. What do we know? We know that the formula pressure P is equal to force per unit area. So P is equal to F by A. Okay. Now substitute the values. F is equal to they have given. How much they have given? 5 newtons by area 10 square meters. So 5 by 10 is equals to 1 by 2. Then P, pressure P is equal to 0.5. So this is the answer, 0.5. But what are the units for the pressure? We know that the units for the pressure is what? Pascals. Okay. So the answer is pressure P is equals to 0.5 pascals. Okay. Yes. Let us see the second problem. Here in this problem, calculate the area over which a force of 72 newtons is applied, thereby exerting a pressure of 9 pascals. This is the problem. Now see here. So solution. What is the solution? Now let us see. So before going to solve this problem, first of all, what we have to find out? First, we have to write the given data. What they have given? Given that. What they have given? Force of 72 newtons they have given. That means force value they have given. Force F is equals to 72 newtons. Is applied there by exerting a pressure of 9 pascals. That means here they have given the pressure value also. Pressure P is also they have given. How much? 9 pascals. Then what they are asking? They are asking to calculate the area. So area A is equals to how much? This is the question. Now we know that what is that? Pressure formula. First you write the pressure formula. Pressure P is equal to force by area, that is equal to F by A. So in this, from this formula, we have to solve, we have to find the area value. So now you transfer this area value to this side, left side, LHS side, then area A is equals to what we can write? Force by pressure. Then we can write it as the F by P. Now substitute the values. A is equals to how much they have given? A is equals to we have to find out. Force value substitute how much? 72 by pressure 9. Simplify this one. 9 1 jar and 8 jar. So area A is equal to 8. 8 what? Units. What are the units here? Area SI units are square meters. So the answer is area is equal to 8 square meters. Okay? Yeah. Now I would like to give you two homework problems. You can solve these homework problems with your own. Okay. Now see the first homework problem. What is that? Calculate the pressure if a force of 23 newtons is applied over an area of 46 square meters. Okay, try to solve this problem. And second one, here, a man exerts a pressure of 14 pascals by applying a force of 42 newtons on a box. Calculate the area over which the force is applied. These are the two homework problems for you. You can solve these. Yes, students, already we are discussing about the force and pressure. In this one, force topic completed, pressure we are discussing. And also, we have discussed about the definition of the pressure and formula, SI units. And next one, we have solved some example problems also, which are related to the pressure. Now, pressure can be exerted by all type of substances. That means we have different type of substances. What are those? Solids, liquids, and gases. Okay. Here, solids can exert the pressure, liquids can exert the pressure, gases can exert the pressure. Okay. That means here, solids, liquids, gases, all the different type of substances can exert the pressure, but the amount of the pressure exerted by different substances will be remains same or different. How can we find out that one? Okay, now see here, if we discuss about the solids, we know very well solids will have the definite shape and value, and also the pressure exerted by the solids will depends on the contact area. It depends on contact area. Pressure exerted by solids. So we have a very good knowledge about the solids. Why? Because here the solids will have the definite shape and volume. Okay, if we know the contact area of the particular solid, okay, then we can measure the pressure exerted by the solids very easily. Then how can we find the pressure exerted by the liquids? That is the topic now we are discussing. Okay, now the topic is pressure exerted by the liquids. How the liquids exert the pressure, and how can we measure the pressure exerted by the liquids? Now come to the point. So, pressure exerted by the liquids will depends on the length of water column. Length of water column. What is meant by length of water column? Depth of the water. What is that? Now let us see. For example, if we take a water bottle, this is container. We know very well that liquids does not have a proper shape or volume. Liquids can take the shape of the container. Here I am taking a container. What is that? Here I am taking a bottle, water bottle. Now see here, if I fill the water up to here, this is called as the water column. Now above the water surface, what do we have? Empty surface is there. Empty surface is there means here this total space is covered by what? It is covered by the air. This is called as the air column. This is water column, and this is what? Air column. This is called as the air column. Now see here. Here the depth of the water is less. That means water column is less. in respect to the water, the total length of the water bottle. Now come to the point. Here the pressure exerted by the liquids will depends on the water column, depth of the water. And how the liquids exert the pressure? Liquids can exert the pressure in all the directions. For example, if we pour the water in this water bottle, this water can exert the pressure in downward direction, and also this water can exert the pressure in sideward direction, and also the water can exert the pressure in an upward direction. Okay, by this we can understand that here water can exert, liquids, not only water, you take any type of liquid, liquids can exert the pressure in all the directions. In all the directions means downwards, sidewards and upwards. So to understand this concept, we have to perform some different type of activities, simple activities. And also let us discuss some simple examples also. For example, here first one, what is that? Liquids exerts pressure in upward direction. Liquids exerts pressure in a upward direction. How can we prove that one? Okay, for example, you know very well about the swimming. You know swimming. Okay, when you jump into the swimming pool, okay, when you are in water, you will feel that you lost some weight. You lost some weight. That means your body weight is decreased. You will feel like that. Actually, is your body weight is decreased? No. But how you are feeling like that? Why you are feeling like that? Why? Because there, whatever the pool is there, okay, swimming pool is there, in that water quantity is more, in that you are jumped into that water. When you jump into that water, the water, whatever it is there in the pool, it pushes you in the upward direction. It will apply the pressure. Which one? The water applies the pressure in a upward direction on your body. Because of that reason, your body used to lift itself in upward direction. Because of that, you will feel that you lost some weight, your body weight is decreased. So, but that is one of the example to understand the concept of liquids exerts pressure in an upward direction. Okay, now come to the point. Liquids exerts pressure in downward direction. Here, how we can understand this one? Let us take one example. For example, here I am taking one water bottle. And see here, I am taking a table. On this table, here I am taking a duster. Here I am taking a duster. Duster means what? What is that? For example, here I am taking a table. Okay, on this table I am taking a sponge duster. You know very well about the sponge duster. Okay, on this duster I am taking a container. That is what? A water bottle. Simple water bottle I am taking. It is empty water bottle. Empty water bottle. When you place the empty water bottle on this sponge duster, here there is no difference in the shape of the sponge duster. Okay. Now, what I am doing, I am filling this water bottle with water. I am filling this water bottle with water. When you are filling the water bottle with water, immediately here when the water column increases in the water bottle, slowly observe the shape of the duster. Then immediately the shape of the duster will be compresses. Compresses means what? It moves downwards. Which one? Duster will move downwards. That means what? Here the water, whatever we are filling into this water bottle, that water is applying pressure on this duster. Because of that reason, here the duster is compressed. That means moving downwards. Its shape is changing. This is one of the example for the water. Liquids exerts pressure downward direction. So here two examples we have discussed for the two different type of situations. What are those? Number one, what is that? Water exerts pressure downwards. downwards. Second one what? Water exerts pressure upwards. Now, third one, water exerts pressure sidewards. Sidewards means what? To the sides also the water will exert the pressure. So now, to understand this concept, let us take one example. What is that example? Now let us see. The same thing, what I am doing here, here I am taking a water bottle, okay, and this is the water bottle. Now, what I am doing here, for this water bottle, for example, here I am taking one water bottle. This is the water bottle I am taking. Now, by taking this water bottle, at the bottom, down of the water bottle, not here at the bottom, okay, in this place, to the sides, here one, and here one. To the three different sides, I am making holes. With the help of any one of the instrument, I am making holes to this water bottle, to the sides of the water bottle. Here one, here one, here one. At the three different places, I am making three holes. Now this is what empty water bottle. Okay. Now after making holes to this water bottle, first you close these holes with any one of the tape, or by using any one of the step, any one of the double tape, or you can use to close these holes. First you make the holes, after that you close these holes. Then afterwards you fill this water bottle with the water. After filling this water bottle with water, you do one thing. At a time, whatever the plaster you use to close these holes, at a time you remove this plaster. Immediately, whenever you remove this plaster, you will observe that the water will come out of these holes. Okay, why the water is coming out of the holes? Why? Because see here, water is exerting pressure to the sides of the water bottle. Here, see here, if the water exerts pressure only downwards, then when we make the hole here at the bottom, then only the water should come out. Okay, but here the water is coming out from the sides of the water bottle also. That means what? By this we can understand that water is not only exerting pressure in downward direction, water is also exerting pressure to the water sidewards also. Okay, so by this we can understand that here water can exert pressure to the sides of the container. That is the reason only when water pipe, whatever the water pipes we are using, okay, in that water pipe the water used to flow continuously. Okay, if any damage is there to that water pipe, immediately the water used to come out of that water pipe. Why? Because the water, whichever it is flowing in that water pipe, it is exerting pressure not only in the straight away, here it is exerting pressure on the sides of the water pipe also. That is the reason whenever we have the damage to that pipe, the water used to come out of the sides. Okay, so here, so water exerts pressure downwards, water exerts pressure upwards, and water exerts pressure sidewards also. Next one, the fourth one, what is this? So by these three examples, we can give one statement, direct statement, conclusion. What is that? Water can exert pressure in all the directions. Water can exert pressure in all the directions. Okay.
Yeah, students, now we are discussing about the pressure exerted by the liquids. Pressure exerted by the liquids will depends on the water column. To understand this concept, we are performing one activity. For that activity, now I am taking one bottle, one juice bottle I am taking. Okay, now see here, to the sides, to the one side of this bottle, at the three different positions I am making three holes. First one, second one, third one. At three different heights, I made three holes. Okay. Now after making holes, you cover these holes with one plaster. Okay. Now come to the point. Here, if we fill the total bottle with water, then the total bottle length is equal to the water column. This is total water column. Now see here, if we observe the first hole, above the first hole, from here to here only water is there. So above the first hole, the water column length is less, and come to the second hole, above the second hole, water column length is more. Now if you come to the third hole, above the third hole, water column length is more. That means what here? Here, if we observe, the water column length is different at different holes. Okay, here to here water column length less, here to here water column length more, here to here water column length is still more. Now I am taking water into this bottle. I am filling this water bottle with water. It is completely filled with water. Now you fill it. Here first we made the holes to this water bottle. So when we fill the water will be leak out from that holes. To not to do that, here we cover that holes with plaster. Okay, now come to the point. Here now this is totally filled with water. Now come to the point. Here when we remove the plaster, immediately you do one thing, remove the plaster. When you remove the plaster, from these three holes the water is flowing out. Here the water from here it is moving less length, it is moving little bit more distance. The water it is flowing more distance from the water third hole. Okay, why? Because here the pressure is more, pressure is less, pressure is still less. That means here to here the water column length less, that's the reason pressure less. From here to second hole, water column length is more comparing to the first one, that is the reason here pressure is more. Here to the third hole, water column length is still more, that is the reason pressure is more. By this we can understand that the pressure exerted by the liquids will depends on the water column. Okay, yes, this is an activity to understand this concept. Okay, thank you.